All right, welcome back, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed your breakout sessions. Yeah, I couldn't be more excited to introduce you to you now the Dallas Habitat Home Ownership Counseling Dream Team, which I think is an understatement. Seriously. Look, we know you have a ton of questions about Dallas Habitat's programs and how their amazing team of experts can support you in your home ownership journey. So let me assure you, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. You are in the right place. Well, without further ado, because they have a lot of great information to share, allow me to introduce our session hosts. Dallas Habitat's own Aretha Higgins, Senior Home Ownership Counselor, and Porfirio Coronado, Bilingual Home Buyer Specialist. Y'all heard them mentioned several times when Bree spoke to us earlier today, so I know you guys are anxious to hear from them. I'm going to let these guys take it away. Aretha and Porfirio, it is on you. Hey, guys.
Hello and good afternoon, everyone. We are so glad, so happy to know that you all are joining us. We heard from a lot of people that you all were excited about this session, and we are ready to give you the information that you all are wanting today. So we're going to start with Map Your Home Ownership Journey.
As you can see here today, we have this is the homeownership service team consists of Blaine Cower, which is the senior director of homeowner services, Arita, which you are she's going to be presenting for us first, and then myself, Porfirio Coronado, bilingual home buyer specialist, and I'll be leading the conversation at the end. So thank you so much for joining us today. Hope you had enjoyed the conversation so far throughout the morning. We're almost to the end of the of our of this seminar, so hopefully you had found this information helpful.
All right, let's go ahead and jump into the presentation. So about Dallas Habitat, let's give you a little information about our program. We are a HUD certified housing counseling agency. Our homeownership center equips first-time house buyers in becoming mortgage ready. So what this means is that we're going to equip you and give you everything that you need, the financial education and the home buyer education. This is all available to you. It's a one-on-one personalized home ownership counseling, okay? It's also an affordable home buying program with Dallas Habitat, 0% interest. Right now, we're giving up to $8,000 in down payment assistance, so very affordable. We have a referral network of partner lenders that we work with, some realtors and lenders, and we also have some down payment assistance providers that we can connect you with. All right, so next slide, please. Okay, our program is designed to support first-time buyers who can become mortgage ready within 1 year. Now this is our program guidelines, but this just depends on you and how eager you are to go through this program and do all the steps needed to become mortgage ready. So what counseling offers is a personalized assessment of your mortgage readiness. Okay, and we're going to identify any obstacles that we see that's going to hinder you from becoming or getting pre-qualified by a mortgage lender, shall I say, okay? And what we'll do, we'll create an action plan for you to overcome those obstacles. We're gonna create and we're gonna help you stick to a budget. We're gonna do credit review history and look at your score and see if we need to increase that. And again, we're gonna do an action plan based on your goals and your timeline. This is all catered to your specific situation. You're going to get ongoing support and independent advice as you prepare for home ownership. And this is so very critical during the home buying process. So what is counseling? Again, it's independent, unbiased insight. It's support as you navigate through the home buying process. And I can't tell you how many times we have clients that go through this program and there's like, you know, there's just no amount of money that you can say that, you know, you just can't say that this is not worth it because we got you through the whole process. And I know as first-time home buyers, you get a little nervous. And so you need someone that's there advocating for you and just guiding you through the whole process. And that's what we do. It's guidance to determine whether you're ready for home ownership. And everybody that comes through the program, when you come through the program the first time, you might not be ready the first time. It may take you a few months. It may take you longer than, say, your friend that came through the program. Again, this is all determined based on your specific situation. And what we do, we connect you with safer, more affordable mortgage products. And it has been proven that homeownership counseling reduces mortgage delinquency, and it just helps you to better prepare for your long-term success as a homeowner. Our goal as the counseling team is not just to help you get into a home, it's to make sure you can stay in that home, okay? Dallas Habitat's primary program, which is the pre-purchase counseling program, everyone that goes through our program has to do the counseling. This is a prerequisite for buying a Habitat home. If you want to buy a Habitat home, you have to go through the counseling part, okay? Okay, what counseling is not, okay? We're not a quick fix or credit repair. And everybody on here that's listening or watching the video, you already know if you have some credit issues. So if you are already in some kind of debt repayment program or credit counseling repair program, you might want to hold off until you finish with that, because those things are going to hinder you from getting a mortgage loan. We're also not an immediate housing solution. We have some people email us and they say, well, I'm trying to get in my house next month. This is not that kind of program. We're going to make sure that you are ready. Okay. The goal is to educate you and make sure you are a savvy consumer when it comes down to that home buying process. We guarantee that you'll become mortgage ready if you take the steps that we outline for you. We can guarantee that. But again, it's up to you to complete the task that we put before you. And it's the same as qualifying to buy a Habitat home. So that's what counseling is not the same as qualifying to buy a Habitat home. And we'll talk about that a little bit more. Understanding your mortgage readiness. Okay, there are 3 terms. When you go through the counseling program and you talk to your counselor, we're going to put you into one or 3 of these categories, either short term, mid-term, or long term. And let me break those down for you, okay? Short term is able to get pre-qualified within 0 to 3 months. What we're looking at when we put you in this category, no negative credit issues within the last 3 years. So that means past due accounts and collection accounts. We're looking to see if you have a credit score of 620 or higher, or you're close to that. We're looking to see if you have stable, sufficient income and employment history. Stable income, you've been on your job, you haven't been laid off, you haven't been furloughed. Most lenders want to see 2-year history with no gaps. Dallas Habitat, we're okay with 1 year of employment history. Sufficient income, it has to be enough income to purchase with our available inventory or be able to purchase on the open market, okay? And sometimes, you know, there are things that a counselor cannot assist with. If your income is not high enough, of course, we can't help you increase your income. So those are things that you will have to work on and be able to purchase a home. Low monthly debt, that's another part of being within that short term. You also have already shown us that you have a habit of saving. We're going to require that you have a minimum of $3,000 saved for upfront costs. This is not saying this is all you need to have. The more you have in your savings, the better, but this is a starting point. Midterm is able to get pre-qualified within 3 to 6 months. This means that you have a few small negative credit issues that you have to resolve. High monthly debt, but you're able to pay it down to a manageable amount, at least within 6 months. You have some savings for the upfront costs associated with a mortgage loan. You're close to achieving stable employment history. Maybe you just started your job and you haven't been there a year. You might be there only 6 months. We know we got 6 months longer to go before we can get you to a mortgage lender, okay? No credit score, or you have a subprime score. Those are things that we'll work on with you as your midterm, but you can get it done within 3 to 6 months. Long term is able to get pre-qualified within 6 to 12 months. When we determine that you're long term, that means that you have numerous negative credit issues that you have to resolve. You have high monthly debt, but you do have the ability to pay down the debt and make it manageable within 12 months. You have deep subprime credit score or no score at all. So we got to build up that score. You have very little or no savings, and you have insufficient or unstable income, meaning you have to increase your income, or you haven't, like I said, you haven't been stable on your job. So those are the terms. This is understanding the mortgage readiness, short term, mid-term, long term. All right, and then we have home buyer financial education. Of course, at Dallas Habitat, we believe an informed home buyer is a successful home buyer. It's been proven too many times. As such, we do require, this is a requirement, that you complete pre-purchase education, okay? And your counselor on the first counseling session, they're gonna let you know how you can register for our classes. We do expect that you attend those classes. Again, it is a requirement. Knowledge is power. The more information you have about this home buying process, the better. Our financial and home buyer education is available in a variety of formats. We have the live webinars, and usually those are held on Tuesdays and Thursdays. They're also available on demand. All of our classes are recorded, so there's no excuse for not attending the classes. They're recorded. You can watch them at your leisure. PocketWise Cafe, this is our digital cafe. This online, self-guided, interactive learning modules. These modules are only like 5 to 10 minutes, if that. We also have our HUD certified 8-hour home buyer education course. This course is required by most lenders, and it satisfies lenders' requirements. So we have a lot of people that sign up for this 8-hour home buyer education course. Your counselor, if you're in our counseling program, your counselor will send you to this course when we know that you are mortgage ready and ready to get in front of a lender. In-person workshops are currently unavailable due to COVID-19. And our education is open to anyone, anywhere, and most is offered at no cost, so free. Not sure if counseling is for you? Just start with the free classes. We're going to talk about a pre-screen tool that we have our clients complete. If you do not pass that pre-screen tool, please know that these classes are free. You can start there. This is going to give you a lot of detailed information on what you need to do to get to where you want to be. Okay? All right. All right, we're going to pass it on over to Mr. Porfirio Coronado to wrap this up for us.
All right, thank you, Rita. So buying a habitat home. So like Rita was saying is that while you're completing the counseling program, one of the options might be to purchase a habitat home, okay? So how that works is that Dallas Area Habitat for Humanity built a limited inventory of affordable housing that are new construction each year, okay? You first have to complete homeownership counseling. So everything that we have, Rita has discussed about, and become mortgage ready, okay? Meaning that you are ready to purchase a house, okay? At that time, you have to meet the income criteria and also demonstrate ability to afford the mortgage, okay? So your pre-qualification amount has to be sufficient to be able to purchase a habitat house, okay? Dallas Habitat builds only on priority neighborhoods. So we are not going to be building in areas like North Dallas, Plano, Frisco, those areas like that. The Habitat for Humanity or Dallas Area Habitat for Humanity itself does not build on those areas. So we build in priority neighborhoods. Now, our priority neighborhoods change throughout the year, depending on where we are going to be focusing. For example, this year we're building in West Dallas and in the southern part of Dallas. Okay, that's where we see that there's a need of affordable housing and that we can purchase land to be able to sell it for an affordable amount so that you could pay an affordable mortgage each month. Okay, now the best part about going through the Habitat program, it's like Arita mentioned, it is 0% financing. That's right, it is 0% financing, so 0% interest. Okay, so you will not pay no interest on your mortgage. Okay, also we offer down payment assistance. Right. So if you combine 0% interest plus down payment assistance, I think Dallas Habitat will probably be one of the best options for you to purchase a house. Okay. Especially right now within how the market is. Okay. But again, you have to be willing to live in one of our priority neighborhoods. Okay. Remember, while Dallas Habitat for Humanity is one of your options to buy, it is not your only option. Okay. Remember, we are a homeownership counselors. So which means that we will guide you through the whole process of buying a house, okay? And we will give you the options. So like we'll let you know, okay, Ms. Marianne, you qualify for the Habitat program, but then we can also go through the open market, okay? So no matter where you at, we are able to assist you. So how it works, okay? So on the chat, we will drop in a link, okay? So you have to create an account to the home buyers community, okay? You will hear us talk about the home buyers community a lot in our counseling program. Okay. In that home buyers community, you're going to do a pre-screen tool to determine if you are eligible for counseling. Okay. So what you're going to be applying for, it's counseling first. Okay. You will not be applying for to purchase a Habitat home. Remember, we have to get you mortgage ready first. Okay. So go through the home buyers community, complete the pre-screen tool. Okay. If you are a good fit, okay, it's going to allow you to pay $125 or $200 for a dual applicant. That is the actual application. Okay. That pre-screen, it's not the application. That is just to let you know if you are a good fit to purchase a house right now based on your income, based on your debt. Okay. And then after that, we will guide you through the rest of the process. Okay. Step 4, we would contact you within a matter of days, letting you know to submit some required documents. Okay. Those documents are going to be the same documents that a lender will ask for. So we're going to ask for your pay stubs, bank statements, um, social security card, picture ID, tax returns for the last 2 years. All of those documents that a traditional lender will ask for, we will ask that in advance too, because we want to review that by the time that we get you to a lender, that you are able to purchase a house, okay? And they don't deny you, but when you complete our counseling program, we are going to guarantee that you are able to qualify for a loan, okay? Now, it might not be the loan that you want to get or qualify for, but you are able to purchase for a loan or qualify for a loan, okay? Step 4, your counselor will contact you to schedule your initial counseling session, okay? While you're waiting in there, we suggest for you to start with your education, okay? Again, we said education is power. In the counseling session, we will review your documents, we will determine your mortgage readiness. So here how this is, so everything that we've discussed is kind of like, okay, you're saying a lot, but okay, how does it really work? Okay, so if you take, for example, you navigate the Home Buyers Club like this. At the beginning, when you submit your counseling documents, we will assess your mortgage readiness. Once we do the assessing your mortgage readiness, at that time, we will let you know either you're going to be a short-term, mid-term, or long-term client based on your current situation, okay? Just because Miss Mary Ann was a short-term client and you're her friend, doesn't mean that you coming into the program as well is going to be, you're going to be short-term as well, okay? We are going to analyze each person individually based on the current situation, okay? At that time, we're going to look at any obstacles that might be hindering you from being able to purchase a house or qualify for a mortgage. Obstacles might be like income. Okay, maybe your income is not sufficient enough to be able to afford your mortgage plus all the other debt that you have, right? We're going to look at your credit. Okay, maybe you have a few delinquent accounts that you forgot to pay. So we'll look at you and let you know exactly what you need to pay on. Okay, at that time we'll create that action plan and a budget. Okay, you've probably heard earlier with Brianna said that we created the action plan and the budget, right? And it works. Okay, if you stick to that action plan and also stick to that budget, it works. Like Brianna mentioned earlier. Okay, so once all of that is completed, you would continue to do pre-purchase education. Okay, pre-purchase education is like taking webinars either Tuesdays or Thursdays, completing PocketWise. All that education that we have is so that you can learn about the process of buying a house. It's not just because we want to put you like to do an hour of education. It's because that education is actually going to help you. Okay. So at that time, once you complete your action plan and budget, all of that, you are now what we consider mortgage ready. And that's where you want to be. Okay. Because once you're mortgage ready, that means that you are able to purchase a house. Okay. So like I was mentioning, once you are mortgage ready, then at Habitat within our counseling program, you have the two options. Okay. You have the option of going through the Habitat route, meaning buying the Habitat home. That would be the light blue. Okay. At that time, then you are being assigned a homeownership coordinator that basically sells the Habitat properties. And that's me, by the way. Okay. So at that time, we would discuss what inventory we have available based on your pre-qualification with our in-house lender. Then you basically go out and look at the addresses, and see if you will be interested in purchasing or not. Okay, you will, and if you are interested in purchasing, then you'll complete sweat equity. Sweat equity is where you go out and build on the house, and that's what Brianna was mentioning earlier, that she was building with St. Mark Hockaday. That's one of the volunteer groups. Okay, but what about if you don't want to purchase a Habitat house because you don't like where we build, you don't like the house, you don't like the neighborhood, you can't afford it, or you make too much, whatever the reason might be, it's all good. Um, then probably the best option for you at that time would be to go through the open market. Okay, that's not buying a Habitat home. Okay, at that time, we refer you to the partner realtors and lenders. Okay, you will want to get pre-qualified with the lender first so that you can know exactly how much you are able to afford. Okay, you never want to go to a purchase for a house without knowing what are you actually able to buy with. Okay, so you want to talk to a realtor first. We'll have a list of partner realtors and lenders here first, and that can help you with that. Um, for example, earlier today we had Bank of America. We also have Banco OCK, quite a few other lenders that were here today. Those are preferred lenders. Okay, once you get pre-qualified, you contact a realtor. Okay, earlier we had Candace Rucker. She's one of our preferred realtors that can guide you through that process. She's going to tell you, meet with you. A realtor is going to meet with you and let you know, okay, based on your pre-qualification and based on where you want to live, this is what that you can purchase. Okay, and then she will walk you through that process. So whenever you go into our website, this is how it's going to work. Okay, you are going to go to our website, dallasareahabitat.org. At the top, there is going to be that says homeownership. From there, you're going to select homeownership counseling and then get started. Okay, once you do that, you're going to land here, this is the community. Okay, you will create an account. Make sure that you create an account with an email that you check regularly. Okay, so once you create in the community, it's going to ask you to take the pre-screen tool. Okay, this pre-screen tool is to help you understand if you are a good fit for counseling or even a good fit to purchase a house right now based on your income, based on your current debt. Okay, so I would ask you to read this pre-screen tool in detail and make sure that you are reading carefully because it asks for specific questions. It asks for your first name, last name, email. Again, email, it's the email that you check on a regular basis. It's also going to ask for your family size. Okay, it is, make sure that you read it. Ask for your gross monthly income. Okay, so that's your gross monthly income, not your annual income, your gross monthly income. So that's income before taxes. Okay, it's going to ask for your debt, monthly debt that you're paying on a monthly basis, such as a car note, credit cards, anything that you're paying on a monthly basis, that minimum payment, you will include it in there. Okay, and then it's going to ask you a couple of other questions. But again, I ask you to read this carefully because a lot of times people do not read this carefully and they are automatically denied or get approved. And then once you are approved or denied, there's no going back. Okay, because you're only to submit this pre-screen tool once. Resubmissions are not valid. Okay, again, this is designed to prevent you from paying the fee because again, it's $125 or $200 for dual applicant. But if we can help you and you already paid it, it's not refundable. Okay, we'll just say thank you for your donation. Don't create multiple accounts. Okay, so just because you got denied once or you didn't get the answer that you wanted to, don't create an account again because that's only going to be like later on just going to create chaos. Okay, again, we can urge you to use an email that you check on a daily basis. Oh, okay. We don't think we have time for Q&A, but again, Rita and myself would be available for any questions that you might have on our virtual booth. Okay, we will be able to answer questions on your virtual booth. And now I would like to bring Miss Lady Jade back with us and just to conclude this presentation with us. By the way, if you haven't checked out Miss Lady Jade's hat, she's not going to say it today, but you should just follow her. You should just follow her Facebook page or Instagram because those are on sale.
Oh my
I was
God.
gonna say, 'cause she's not gonna
Really?
mention it.
We're buying. How is that a part of the savings program if you're telling them to buy my
I mean, 'cause I know they like them.
you're so funny. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys so much for that. Didn't I tell you? Hold on real quick. I just want you to see the proof because I love when they do this in the chat. Really quick in the chat. I want you all to tell me if that was helpful today. I want you to give them a thumbs up, say yes, say I feel empowered, whatever it is, put it in the chat so they can see how helpful today was. I told you guys, man, when Bree shouted y'all out earlier, they were like, oh, I am coming to see. Look, I told you, great information. Great. Look, I couldn't find the button to turn my video back on for some reason just a second ago. But no, thank you so much. You guys are always rock stars. I actually got a chance to meet Porfirio. Was that last year? We did it.
That was pre-COVID. Yes.
Yes, it was
during COVID. We were doing social distancing at one point.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm talking about rock star from the moment I met you. Sometimes you just know good energy and you've always had good energy. So I definitely appreciate that. And I'm sure everybody that comes into contact with you guys and Miss Aretha, they think the same thing. So thank you all for joining us today.
Thank you.
All right. All right, you guys, we do have some more program for you guys. That does conclude our final breakout session of the day, but we still have more for you. Our virtual exhibit hall is now open, okay? It's going to be open until 2:15. Now, I want you to check it out to learn more about the program and services that you've seen here today. And even more importantly, guess what? You get to chat live. That's right. Chat live with some of our experts. So if you want to browse the exhibitor hall, simply go back to the Habitat website to view our vendors and you can get started right then and there. And don't forget, check back in after that exhibitor hall is over at 2:15 because we're going to be giving away our grand prize raffle. And I don't know how many of y'all love, I don't even know if I'm supposed to tell y'all this, but if you love Amazon like I do, it's a really big deal. Okay. So make sure you check back in at 2:15. I will see you guys in just a few minutes. So go ahead and head on over to the exhibitor hall. All right. See you soon.